Here
Yo,
he is, big man. How are you?
hello, mate.
Can you hear
Nice to
me?
see you, mate.
And
Let
you,
us
and
just
you.
get me headphones. Let's just get me
Yeah, get your
headphones.
headphones. All good, all good, all good. Get your headphones. You look very brown, mate.
Not damn one. Still in Bali, mate. Absolutely loving life in Bali. It's been pretty sweet over here. This hasn't really been a lockdown,
I miss
really.
it.
I can hear you,
I
mate. I
am.
can't find my headphones, so let's go. How are you doing, mate?
Right, okay, good. Yeah, yeah, good, mate. Yeah, so just to let everyone know that me and Ant met each other in Bali, and it was like a bit of a weird situation, really. Like our stories were very similar. And yeah, it seems like the universe just put us in touch with each other, and we've been friends ever since. I just want to get straight into this, Ant, to be honest. Can you just tell us a little bit about
Yeah, let's do it, mate.
yourself?
5 minutes
A
to
little,
five, right?
yeah, a little bit about yourself first, where you're from, and then we'll get into to the other stuff. So just introduce yourself, really, to anyone who's watching.
So my name's Anthony Lowther. I am 40 years old. Next week, 1 week
No
today.
way.
I'm a Geordie.
Why,
Aye,
hey,
aye,
man?
man. I ran parties for a living, very successful parties for about 15 years, which were known as Swankys, Carney Pants, Paravana. They went very well, and I was immersed heavily in the party scene. I modelled for Storm Models, which also opened the door to a lot of partying, which was good and fun at the time. But basically, I've done a lot of partying, a lot of nightlife. I've done a lot of traveling around the world. I'm now at a place where I'm trying to have a positive impact on the human race, and I do that through the sober parties that I run now, and also the yoga
Yeah,
retreats
nice.
I run all around the world.
Yeah, nice, mate. Yeah, so when did you get into the nightclub scene and stuff then?
Well, I used to be an avionics technician. I used to fix aeroplanes, which was good money and had a really good career prospect, which is why I stuck to doing a job I absolutely hated. I never enjoyed it for one day, and I
Yeah,
done for 3 years. And then after 3 years of this little voice inside just constantly telling us how unhappy I was, one day I built up the
yeah,
courage, quit my job, which was a massive risk, and my mum and dad were against it. And it was the first time in my life I went against my mum and dad's advice. And
yeah,
I quit my job as an avionics technician, and I went to live in Ibiza for the summer, which is something I always wanted to do, but couldn't do because I only got a certain amount of time off a year through that job fixing aeroplanes.
yeah.
So I sacked everything off and I went to live in Ibiza for the summer. And that's where I got into the party scene, and it opened up my heart and opened up my mind how you could actually do a job that was actually awesome. And I really got into party, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back to England and start to try to get into parties somehow. And I went back in England and just
Mm,
started getting into parties. And then I done a PR degree at Leeds Met Uni, and started Swankys, which was just an experimentation to get like accreditation for doing PR out away from university. And then two after doing Swankys and playing around with it, it just exploded, mate. And then the rest's history.
yeah. I mean, coming from a guy that comes from Leeds and's very much been around the Leeds scene. Swankies was huge. It was all over the Leeds scene. So in that aspect, you were very, very successful. You took a company from the ground up and made it into a household name, especially in one of the biggest cities in England. So tell me, how did mental health impact you then? Because from the outset, looking onto someone who has got the perfect life, maybe, how did that lead on to having poor mental health for you then?
Well, no one really knows about like depression and suicidal depression fully yet. We know we've got theories, but no one knows it. And my own theory are based off my life experience. Always trying to pay attention to the truth of what happened and how I felt in certain moments of my life. And I started getting really bad depression. It started from come downs, I think, mate. I used to get on it so much at the weekend, drinking a lot of alcohol and doing a lot of drugs, that gradually, the more I did it, the more I could do it. So my sort
Yeah.
of like tolerance has got higher and higher and higher. And before I knew it, I was doing 48-hour sessions and drinking a bottle of vodka before I went out.
Mate,
You know what I
I
mean?
can relate.
With the
I
lads
can
getting
completely
ready.
relate to that, mate, and that's why our stories are so similar.
I was drinking vodka out of a pint glass,
Yeah, it's
like most, like that much vodka and that much
but
mixer.
it's like what are we running from? And were you running from anything? Were you trying to numb something down? There must have been. Was it the depression you were trying to numb down? Is that why you were doing that? Is that why you were partying to excess? Why is it you were doing that?
For me, for me personally, I was trying to show off because I
Mm,
was a really insecure young boy growing up because I was very funny looking as a child, and I got bullied quite a lot, and it really, really affected me. And I grew up feeling really ugly because
mm,
pretty much a lot. Well, I got told a lot in my life that I was had big teeth, had big ears, was goofy, was ugly a lot when I got bullied and picked on at school. And it really created a chasm in my heart where I actually felt ugly. I used to pray to God. I used to remember many nights praying to God in bed, crying, so I was sick of getting bullied, asking him to make us better looking. And sometimes I'd be in the toilets at school. So for me, when I thought I was the king of a castle as such, and people were calling me cool, and people and girls were fancying me really for the first time in my life, really. And then the mix with alcohol, I just started getting on it because it was the only thing that I was making money from it. It was the only thing to do that was really cool and fun, and you could really let go, like most people look forward to going out more than anything. And then I kind of got like addicted to that lifestyle, and especially the drink and the drugs and the sex. And again, I was making a lot of money from it. But I think a lot of people do drink a lot to escape looking at certain truths, for sure. You know, I've
100%, mate.
It's all that I've got when I've looked into the healing realm about.
Yeah, it's definitely another form of escapism. I guess the new modern way of escaping now is through technology, through your phone and through social media. You know, putting your head in your phone for 4 hours to numb it and mask it. You know, I mean, like going forward, obviously, I want this to be like a quick.
Good luck with that with me, mate.
I know. Good luck with that with me and you. I know. I was worried about this. We're already over 5 minutes, but
I was going to quickly say there, though, mate. With social media and alcohol, I went 3 years without drinking 1 drop of alcohol at all, and it was absolutely fantastic. It was a great challenge, and I have reaped many health benefits. But now I have a little bit of red wine now and again in the right circumstances. But I always pay attention to how I'm feeling. And I think with social media, I think it's a fantastic thing. You know, I think it's got so much positive to it. But we've got to learn to control these things that we know have potential toxic repercussions, like alcohol, like social media. You know, they're pulling us away from our truest, highest self. And it's okay to have just a little bit now and again and really pay attention. But don't go stupid on it. We're getting so addicted and immersed in these things that are actually changing who we are at the core of us, you know. So we've got to pay close attention to how we're feeling ultimately, and be honest with ourselves.
I mean, it's like abusing anything, isn't it? Really, especially with alcohol, it just takes you out of that reality. It takes you out of the now, doesn't it? The present moment, and you're not conscious. You don't know what's going on. You're very much unconscious, escaping your conscious reality. You know.
Well, it's toxic. It's a poisonous thing.
Yeah.
It's toxic. No, it's poisonous. I think we naturally have addictions as humans. I think I think our human setup is designed to have addictions, and I think it's our responsibility to try and navigate them addictions to positive addictions. So, for example, now I'm really addicted to getting healthy and training. I'm really addicted to it. People call us obsessed, but I love it. It's an addiction that's having a positive impact on my life. And I think with the things that we're addicted to that we know to be toxic is the things we've got to try and pull back into a really honest, authentically safe place. And not many people are doing that, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. So just to finish quickly, mate, anyone who's watching who's going through poor mental health right now, you know, who maybe is in that spiral of depression, maybe is a bit stuck, what one tip would you give to someone to help them get out of that and basically see the light a little bit?
My God,
I know you've got a few things, but one main thing. Explain why.
I can't split that into one. So one of the things that help for me is being healthy. That definitely helps. Another thing with depression is being honest with yourself. Sometimes you keep yourself in scenarios that are giving you the depression, that are impacting your heart, really affecting you. You've got to have the courage to walk away from them situations. I didn't have the courage to do that, and I got stuck in depression. When I got pushed away from the situation, it ended. And another thing, and this is a really big one because I'm really into healing magic. When I get down, I do all these magic things. Like I stand on the grass, I write journals, I meditate, I play my guitar, I sleep well, I don't eat anything toxic, and sometimes I still feel down. Sometimes it's just the passage of time. Sometimes you can do all the good stuff, and sometimes you just got to knuckle down and know in time, the negative feelings pass. Things change in the world, things change in your heart, things change in your mind through the passage of time. So today you might be feeling shit, like you want to kill yourself that bad. But just get through today, read a book, go to bed early, you know, watch a documentary, just chill out. No, you're going to have a sad day today, and maybe it's tomorrow. But after a week or two, sometimes even a month, it gets better. Just knuckle down and get through the hard times, and it does get
100%.
I had the worst year of my life last year. I was mostly suicidal last year. This year's been the best year of my life. And it was just through the passage of time and me staying true to what I believe in and trying to stay healthy and trying to have a positive impact, that just things changed. Things changed in my external world. It just changed. And I was like, oh my God, I feel awesome now. You know, so
That's
being
great,
healthy obviously has a good impact. Sleeping well, eating well, doing a bit of yoga, meditation, changing the situation if you feel like that's influencing your down emotions. It might be a person, it might be a thing, it might be a habit. Change it. Have the courage to change it. And 3, if them won't work, and knuckle down, read a book, pass each day, just get through each day. Remember that we're so lucky to be alive on this planet, but sometimes that thought doesn't help. And the passage of time will help you.
I mean,
that. So there's my one thing, mate.
one thing. One thing from man.
It was
3. No, it's good, mate. No, it's
I
good.
always see the answer comes through as triangles.
And I think one of the main points coming from that is, you know, I was reading a book and I read a passage. It says, "This too shall pass." I think that's so. You know, the third point you want to talk about. This too shall pass. The feelings will pass. You just really have to just be with those emotions. You know, emotions are there to be felt at the end of the day. We can't always have a flat line of happy positivity, can we? You know, it's going to be like this. It's natural. It's just about controlling those waves instead of having spikes like this, I guess, isn't it? But yeah,
some people will have spikes, mate. We're all unique snowflakes, you know. But like I say, no one's meant to be happy all the time. No one's meant to be sad all the time. We're meant to be happy some of the time and sad some of the time. Some people get more happy and excited than others. Some get sadder than others. Some people get really down, get depression, so get suicidal. Some actually kill their own or kill themselves because of all this. I mean, we're all different at the end of the day, but you can learn to regulate your emotions, you know. I mean, anger is an emotion I've had to work with in my life, and I think most men do, and maybe it's even women, but men definitely have to work with anger. And through the passage of time and practice, I've really learned to regulate that spike of frustration and impatience that can happen in a moment, you know, but it's taken practice to be able to regulate it. And I'm still angry inside, but I'm not bringing it into this realm. I'm keeping it inside and learning a lesson and realize that really frustrated me. Why did it really frustrate me? And learning a lesson internally and try not to bring the really stronger negative emotions into this realm and just regulate it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because there's different ways of looking at things. If you can practice trying to look at the positive way, and it might not feel like it, but if you just keep saying that positive way in your head over and over again, it just helps. It just helps.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Watching the sunset here.
I know, you're living the life. And another way, get out to Bali, I guess. Live the life in Bali like you.
That's another thing. That's another thing. If you're living in nature over living in city, that has a positive impact on your feelings and emotions. We're humans.
Yeah, of course it does.
We're not designed to live in cities.
No.
A lot of people are getting down moments because they're going out, hitting it hard the weekend, not really eating good food, and they're living in a city. They're not connected to nature.
Yeah.
Like being in Bali, I'm happy I'm all the time naturally because I'm watching sunsets from my living room. I got no shoes on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good for your human body. So it's good to get in nature, connect to nature, eat good food.
No, yeah, unreal. No, I completely support everything you've just said there, 100%. And thank you so much for coming on here, mate. We could chat all day. I know we could be on for like about 4 hours here, mate. But legend, thank you so much for coming on. I know a lot of people, obviously who used to go out and party, you know, with Swankys and that. People who recognise you from that and realise how amazing you're doing and what an amazing thing you're doing. You're trying to change the world. So I want to thank you personally. And thanks for being a top role model for all males out there. So, yeah, appreciate that, mate.
Thanks, mate. Well, me and you had a good conversation the first time we had a hookup, and we were talking about like the changes that we need to try and do in our own lives and how as men we need to step up and try our best somehow to have a positive impact on
100%.
this world
100%.
somehow, whether it's another person, another 100 people on the earth itself. We've got to step up as men now and try and make some positive changes in any way we can and help each other as well. So we since we've known each other, that's all we've talked about, mate. So it's all good.
100%. Thank you so much for coming on, mate. Have a good day, yeah?
No worries, brother.
Bye.
Nice one, mate. Bye. See you, mate.